Hi guys, what's poppin'? I'm here. I'm bored, so I figured I would come on another live and speak to you guys. If you have any questions or anything you want to ask me, please talk to me, entertain me. I know I'm the YouTuber and I'm supposed to entertain you guys, but I need you guys to entertain me because Hope is over here working and I'm kind of his little, you know, sidekick over here. And I realized that I really don't have much to do. So why not speak to my peoples? Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. So if you have any questions about anything, diaspora, the motherland, or any, this is the time because I got nothing but time for y'all. I got nothing but time for you guys. Thank you guys so much. Guys, my heart has been so full with all the congratulations and um you guys have been really making me so happy. How did you manage to do the wedding without family around in Namibia? Well, it depends. Like with me or Hope, because for me, it was very easy because I'm like I barely have family, and the little bit of family that I have, we're not even that close. So for me, it was very easy. For Hope, on the other half, I I don't know. You'd have to ask Hope that. Uh, but we didn't have a wedding. We eloped. There's a difference. When you have a wedding, you do like the whole celebration, all that stuff. We're gonna do that next year. We just eloped. So we went to the church. We obviously we prayed. We had a priest. We said our vows to each other, and we committed to each other in front of God. Got our marriage certificate, and officially got legally married, spiritually and emotionally married. All of that, all the 4 9. But we didn't have a wedding. Like we didn't have like the celebration, the cake, the this, the that. We didn't have any of that. We're waiting until family comes to be able to have that. But um, excuse me, y'all. Something got in my throat. It's not corona. Um, what I think a lot of people, realize is that, like, I feel like a lot of what people don't understand is that, like, marriage is for two people, but the wedding is for the family and friends. So, what you call it? We got married. We got married, but we did not have a wedding celebration. We got eloped, but we've got married. Are we getting a wedding vlog? So I don't know. Hope and I, there's definitely a wedding video. Oh, 100% there's a wedding video. Um, but you guys are not going to get the wedding video until after we show it to our friends and family on our wedding. So it's gonna be a while. It's gonna be like over a year before you guys get it. I'm sorry, but there is like an actual vlog. Well, I started to do the vlog, but then things started to get complicated and I got stressed out. But I did started to do the vlog about every day, the things that we were doing and stuff like that. We just haven't decided if that's something that we're gonna put out there or we're not, or I don't really know. But we have to kind of make the decision together. Um, where am I now? I'm still in Namibia. I will be in Namibia still for quite a bit of time. How did you find your dress? So actually, what happened was, okay, we all dream about our wedding dress, and I knew the type of dress that I wanted. Like I had the design, I had everything in my mind. Like I knew from the time that I came out the womb the type of wedding dress I wanted to wear. And Namibia doesn't have that many choices. Like it just doesn't have that many options with wedding dresses. So I tried on a couple, and I went to the store. I went to this one bridal shop, and I tried on some dresses, and I said to myself, when I find the right wedding dress, like I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna say, this is it, this is it. And I didn't get that feeling with any of them. So I was like, no, this is it, this is not it. Like I'm gonna know when I have the right wedding dress. So the woman that we got, remember I told you guys that the woman that did Hope's Tux, um, she gave us all the connections and stuff like that. She was like, well, if you want a custom made dress exactly how you want, you can go to this shop. So I was like, okay. So I went to the shop, and they were just like, you want us to do what? In what time? And I was like, I mean, if you guys can do it, that would be great. If not, I understand. And then she started asking questions like, oh, how did you guys meet? And she started asking our love story. And she kind of fell in love with our love story. She kind of fell in love with the fact that we were getting married for us and not for other people. And she was like, I'll do the dress. So she started designing it. She started doing everything. Guys, like I was literally in that wedding shop nearly every day, standing like for like 2 hours at a time while she was like pinning and making the dress. It was exhausting. I'm not gonna lie. It was definitely exhausting, but it was so worth it. When he saw me for the first time, it was like, it was so worth it. How did I meet Hope? So I met Hope when I came to Tanzania. Please go watch D&H Adventure, how we met, because we did part 1 and part 2. But because, I'm bored right now, definitely like I'll tell you briefly the story, but please go watch that video. But we met at a video shoot, actually. A good close friend of mine asked me to. I went out with a close friend of mine. It was her husband's birthday party, and she had her friend there, and he asked me if I could be in his video. And I was like, yeah, why not? I was like, you know what? I'm in Tanzania. I got nothing to lose. Like, why not? Life is short. Life is short. Why not? So what wound up happening is I went to the video shoot, and my husband was behind the camera. He was behind the camera, and I peeped him or whatever. And y'all know I was up in there, looking as good as I want to look. I had braids back then. I had the little color pop, the little color highlights, and I was looking good or whatever. And my friend, y'all know my friend, traveling sister. So her and I, we walked up in there, and I seen him, and he seen me or whatever, but I was like, I had to play it off. You know what I'm saying? I'm a girl. I had to play it off like, yeah. So we sat down or whatever, and I told Kat, I was like, oh, like he's cute. And see, Hobie friend, he used to wear these like little glasses. Let me show y'all a picture. He used to wear these little glasses, and he looked like such a cute nerd. And I was like, who's this cute nerd or whatever? I kept it cool. And they was like, oh, that's the director. I was like, the director? Okay. Like, okay. So what happened was we continued to do the photo shoot or whatever, the video shoot. Let me see if I can find a picture of him when he had those glasses. This guy. Right here, y'all. Right here. Look, he's smiling. Right here, y'all. Right here. So he had these little glasses that made him look like a little nerd. And I was like, what's this cute little nerd? What happened to those glasses? What happened? You got to get those glasses back. That was a whole look. That was a look right there. Look, y'all. Whole glasses. Let me see if I can. I don't know how these YouTubers be. There we go. There you go. He's like a whole little nerd. You're like a whole little cute nerd over there. So I was like, okay. So let's see. So then what happened was, y'all know I was killing the video shoot or whatever. But I didn't think that he liked me. Like, I did not think he liked me at all, because he showed like zero interest in me. Like, it was like, he was like, all right, guys, so this is how the scene is going to be. You're going to do this, you're going to do that. So I was like, okay, clearly he's not interested because there was like a whole bunch of other guys there, and they were all like in love with me, and he was the only one who was like cool. And I was like, okay, clearly like he ain't digging me. But I was like, all right, whatever. I'm gonna come here to do the job. I ain't come here to find a man. I came here to do the job. So what ended up happening was I got a really important call, and the scene was at a hotel. So I was like, I'm so sorry. I have to take this important call. So I took the important call, and I was on the phone, and it took me. I'm not gonna lie, I was on the phone for a while. So here come Hope. He come out the he come out the video, whatever, and he comes in the hallway, and he's just waiting there. So I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, oh my god, like I'm taking so long. Like the director's here, like the video got to go on, and yeah, I'm sitting here on the phone. So after I got off the phone, he was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm good." And then he was like, "Oh, can you put your number in my phone?" And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? But like, I didn't think anything of it. Like, I thought, okay, I'm on YouTube. He's a video director. Like, he's just contacting me about business because literally, like, he showed zero interest in me. Even though he tries to say that he knew he wanted me from the day, from the moment that he saw me walking through that gate. That's a lie, y'all. He was not paying me no mind. Um, and then after that, like, we started texting from that moment. From that moment, like he texted me like, "Oh, did you get home safe?" I was like, "Yeah." And then start, the basic questions like, "Oh, how old are you? Like, what you do?" Da 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 da. He didn't even know like where I was from. Like he didn't know anything. So we just started to get to know each other. And then I remember I stood up that. How late did we stay up that night texting? We stood up to like 2 a.m. low key. Like we stood up to like 2 a.m. texting that night because like y'all, I was hooked. Like I was so hooked. When somebody conversation so good and you like and you trying to fall asleep, but then you like that's what it was me. It was like a crackhead. Like I was like so we stood up to like 2 a.m. until I was like, okay, I think I wound up falling asleep or he fell asleep to like 2 a.m. And then the next day, he texted me first thing in the morning. I had him text me first. I wasn't gonna text him first, okay? There's rules to this. You can't be too thirsty as a woman, you know what I'm saying? But you know what? It wasn't even that situation because um, I woke up at like I woke up pretty late and he already was up way before then. And he texted me like way in the morning, but I wasn't even awake. But still, if I was awake, I wouldn't have texted him first. He would have had to text me. You would have to check me first. But he was like, good morning or something like that. So when I woke up, like I texted him back. I was like, oh, good morning, da 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 da. He asked me like, oh, what you doing today? And I was like, oh, da 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 da. I don't remember what I was doing that day. And then he already had said that we were gonna have our first date. We met like on a Friday, and he already said that like we're gonna have our first date on a Sunday. So I was like, all right, no problem. So he was like, oh, I can't wait that long to see you. Like, are you available today? Like, can I see you today? This was, mind you, we spent all Friday at a video shoot, and then now Saturday, this man wants to see me. So I was just like, yeah, I know I had to play it off. Like, I was like, oh, I'm a little busy. I'm going to a reggae concert. And he was like, oh, which reggae concert? So I sent him like the flyer, and he was like, oh, so is that an invitation? And I was like, I guess so. So, Hope pulled up or whatever. He pulled up with his little glasses. I don't know why you don't wear those glasses anymore. He pulled up or whatever. And with him and his friend, I met his friend. And we just had a good time. We, enjoyed the concert. We went to the club afterwards. And Hope is not even a club person. He doesn't even like a club. He doesn't even like clubs. But, he came through and we partied that night. Like we partied, and then after we partied, we said goodnight, and then after that it was like y'all, this man was making every excuse in the book to see me. Like it didn't matter. Like even if it was for 5 minutes, like Hope was like, "What you doing today?" Like whatever time that he had, he wanted to dedicate it to me. Like I'd be like, like if I say, "Oh, I'm busy today," he'd be like, "Yeah, but you got to eat, right? Like you got to have some dinner, right?" I'd be like, "Yeah, this man. Let me tell y'all something, ladies. Like it's the consistency for me. It's the consistency." He was not taking no for an answer. He was just like straight up like, "Oh, you need to go to the post office? Let me just," and Hope was staying like his house was like 5 minutes away from where I was living, my apartment. So he was like, "Oh, you need to go to the post office? No problem. Like, I'll pick you up real quick. Why are you taking a bajaji? Why are you taking a cab? I'll just pick you up real quick and take you." And I would be like, "All right." I mean, what else was I gonna say? I was like, "All right, like, all right." So then he would take me to the post office and then bring me back, and then I would see him for like 10 minutes, and that was it. But like, that's what he wanted. He just wanted like any opportunity to see me, like y'all, literally like any opportunity to see me. Hope was on it. Like he was straight up on it. I remember that post office thing. I was like, "I need to go to the post office to get something." He was like, "Oh, I could just." There was even another time where I was like, "Oh," he was like, "Oh, what you up to?" And I was like, "Oh, today I think I'm gonna just get my hair done or something like that." And he's like, "Oh, like, what time you going?" And I told him the time. He's like, "Oh, like, what time you going?" And I told him the time. He's like, "Oh, if you could wait another hour, then I can pick you up and bring you to the hair salon." I was like, "Okay." It was the consistency for me. Okay. Let me read some of these comments. So that's how I met Hope. Okay. Um, what's up, guys? How are you guys doing today? I'm doing good, y'all. I'm just bored. Hope is working. Say hi to the people. Hope is working, and I'm sitting here bored. So I was like, let me talk to y'all, like y'all family. Let me talk to y'all. So please ask me any questions, if you have any diaspora questions or anything, please talk to me. Talk to me because I'm here as his sidekick. Glad to see my sister from the Bronx, glowing with a big smile today. Keep that vibe. No weapons formed against you shall ever prosper. Amen. Amen, y'all. Amen. Amen. Thank you, guys. And I just want to say thank you to the people who've already, like, bought things for our registry and stuff like that. Like, you guys are so sweet. Um, First of all, when we get back to Tanzania, guys, like, you guys are about to be like you guys are like our family. Like we're about to walk you guys through everything in our lives. You know what I'm saying? Besides some parts. But we about to walk you guys through everything because this is the thing. Like, so Hope is Chaga, and with I don't know if it's just Chaga or just African families in total. So what you call it, when you marry, like when you officially married, like you can't go back home. Like there's just no way. So with that being said, I mean, literally, like Hope and I are starting our new life together, like completely new life together. So because we're starting our new life together, like we're literally like, guys, we're gonna walk you through everything because we're sitting here talking about, like, he wants to build a house, and I want you guys to be a part of like all of it, like from the house being built from scratch. So he wants to build us a house from scratch. So right now, we're kind of collaborating some ideas of, like, what type of house that we want and stuff like that. So because the thing is like we're gonna have children in the future, so we can't just like create something like this. And like the thing is, Hope doesn't want to rent. Like he doesn't want to rent. He has land. He wants to build a house. Like the man wants what he wants. So I want to show you guys the whole process from us picking out the material. So that way, if you want to get a house in Tanzania, at least you have some type of foundation so you guys can see how it is to build a house. So when we go back to Tanzania in a couple weeks, we're gonna be looking at so I've already seen Hope's Land. I've already seen Hope's Land, but you know when you see it as like your boyfriend's land, but you don't see it as like this is the place where I'm going to live. So I feel like I need to see it again in a different eyesight of like, okay, can I live here? Like this where we're going to live. So I was even thinking like we could even look at some houses that's already built for you guys so that you guys can see the difference. So if you are interested in building a house or buying a house in Tanzania, listen, you need to subscribe because I'm about to go behind the scenes, and also I'm about to sit down with visa people to talk about my visa. Like, I'm about to give you guys a lot of the questions that you guys have because I'm about to go through it. So if I'm going through it, then you guys have the information. So in a couple weeks, I would say that's going to start because a couple weeks from now, we're going to be heading to Tanzania, and I need to sit down with the visa immigration office to talk about the visas. And we we're even talking about businesses and all this stuff. So you know definitely, like, I'm about to be giving out all the information. But anyway, so because we obviously we don't live in a house right now. We're all over the place. We stay in different, like, guest houses and Airbnbs and stuff like that. So it's going to be really nice for us to have like our own house. I'm excited. I'm excited. It's gonna be super nice to have like our own house, and we're gonna build it completely from scratch. So I'm gonna even show you guys. When Hope and I are sitting there planning and drawing and stuff like that, like, I'm gonna have you guys looking at us too if you're interested, and seeing how we're doing it, so that way you guys can see if that's something that you want to do. Um, so yeah, that's what's happening. So all of these things that you buy, all these things that you guys are buying for us, they are going to be going to our brand new house, and we appreciate it so much. I have not been to Mwanza yet, right? We haven't been to Mwanza yet, right, honey? Well, I haven't. Hope has. Hmm? Babe, Mwanza, we haven't been there, right? We haven't. I haven't been. I haven't been. I know you've been. I haven't been, right? I haven't been there yet, but Hope has been there. Hope has been there. And if you're looking for my registry, I posted one on the community page, and also let me this link. Tell me if this link works. No, I don't think so. Hold on. Mbeya, no. Tanzania is so huge. Tanzania is really, really, really huge, and there's just so many parts that I have not discovered yet. But even Hope is like, we're going to be coming around to those areas 100%. We're going to be going to those areas very soon. Are you going to live in Arusha or Dar? That, guys, that's the hardest part about this, is the choice. So Hope wants to live in Arusha, and the problem is I don't know what I want. That honestly, like, that's what I know. That's the problem. It's because I like Dar es Salaam in terms of, like, I like the city. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really do like the city, and I like the I like all the businesses. I like that part. What I really love about Arusha is I like, Hope and I were talking today, and he's like, baby, I can build you a house where you can see Mount Meru so beautiful and clear, because he's trying to push Arusha on me. And I'm like, I like that. Like I want to be able to walk outside of my house and Mount Meru is right there and it's beautiful. But I feel like I'm gonna get bored. I really do. I feel like I'm gonna get bored in Arusha. And he's like, yeah, but we could always just drive to Dar es Salaam. But I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like in Arusha there's like limited restaurants. There's like, there's just so much limitations. The airport is far. Like, am I being crazy, y'all? I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm still trying to decide. Does Amazon ship to Tanzania? I heard that they ship to Tanzania. However, the gifts that you sent me will go to New York. And when I go to New York in like a month or two, I'm going to bring it back. But I heard it does, but the cost of shipping and handling would be way too much for you guys, and I'm just not gonna. I'm not gonna allow you guys to pay that much money for shipping and handling. It's okay because whenever I go to New York, I get with the plane ticket, I get like a whole bunch of bags, and I never bring anything. I never bring anything to New York. I always bring stuff back to Tanzania. So I have some clothes and stuff like that. I have some clothes and stuff like that I keep in New York. So when I visit, I have those clothes. So that way I don't have to bring stuff back and forth. I can just bring stuff to Tanzania. So don't worry. Anything that you get me, I will be bringing it back. Um, Yes, it really is a limbo because I feel like this is like a life decision. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a serious life decision about like where am I going to live? And for Hope, it's so easy. Like it's so easy for Hope to be like, yeah, well, I want to stay in Arusha. Well, also that's where he's from. He's even talked about like Moshi. I like the idea of living on a mountain. I do like the idea of living on a mountain. And I like the fact that Arusha gets cold. Dar es Salaam is hot. Like, guys, like, when you have that, like, uncomfortable heat when you're outside and you're like, I can't breathe. That's how Dar es Salaam is. It's very hot. So I do like the cold season, the hot season. I like my seasons. I'm from New York. I don't know. I feel like with Arusha, I don't know. Like, I just feel like I'll get bored. Like, I really feel like I would just get bored. She's laughing. Don't laugh. I really feel like, talk to the people. Somebody said, how often does Hope find time to rest? The man is always working. You rest.
I rest.
You rest.
I rest the time she's asleep. I never rest, but all the time she's up. If I'm not working, I'll do something for her. So yeah, it's always that.
You hear what he said? Don't listen to him. He said if he's not working, he does something for me. That's not true. He finds a break. But this is the thing about Hope is like, I'll tell him, I'll be like, stop working. This person can wait. Stop working. Like just stop. Like people will hire him and in the contract it says like he can give the work within a couple of weeks and then he gives it to them like that week. Like he gives it to them in a couple of days. I'm like, you have time. Like you have time to relax. You don't have to just start right away. If he does a project yesterday, today he's already started. Why do you think we have our wedding pictures so fast? You know what I'm saying? Like most photographers and videographers give you back your wedding pictures like 2 months after. Hope has them done within the same week. Um, Not crazy as human. You'll find a happy medium. I know. Um, Dar, you need to use mosquito net always, Arusha not always. I know that's another thing. So like even for my baby, when we were living in Arusha, I would say she got mosquitoes here and there, but not often. But when we went to Zanzibar and Dar, oh my God, she was having like it was oh my God, it was terrible. Like I was like going crazy. I was putting, I didn't want to put too much chemicals on her and stuff like that. But the mosquitoes were very bad. Like I mean, they were attacking her. So I feel like I need to like sit down and put like pros and cons for each side and decide, like, why can't he just build me two houses? Am I being selfish? Like, can we just live half and half? That's how I feel. I'm like, I don't know. Like, I really don't know. I mean, waking up and having a mountain right in front of me would be really nice. But then, guys, can you imagine every time we need to go to the airport, we need to drive 14 hours to get to the airport, find a place to put the car? I mean, he has friends and family in Dar es Salaam, so it's not that big of a deal. But, like, can you imagine? Like, we got to drive all the way over there, park the car, figure out. Like, it just feels like such a hassle. It feels like such a hassle. And I know for most people, it's like, but when do you travel? Like, you're going to go on vacation like every other, 5 years. But for us, that's not the case. So we need to be able to, yes, but you have to understand, like, I'm cheap. You know what I'm saying? And for you to get a flight from Arusha to the rest of the world, one, you need to stop in Dar es Salaam anyways. And then on top of that, the ticket is always like $300 more. It's always like $300 more to fly from Arusha rather than Dar es Salaam. Okay, guys, this is important. This is very important. These are important decisions to make. These are very important decisions to make. And Hope is so eager to build us this house. And I'm like, but I don't even know where you're gonna build this house at. Like, where's it gonna be? Yeah, but Kilimanjaro Airport is in Moshi, right?
It's in between Moshi and Arusha.
How far is that?
30 minutes
Okay.
from town.
So I'm gonna have to look into that. See, you on Hope's side. You trying to get me in Arusha. That's a Hope just wants me to say Arusha. He's gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna start building the house. Yeah, I just was sitting there. What you call it? Y'all, I was just sitting there, and Hope was on his phone or whatever, and I glanced and stuff like that. This man is already. Let me show y'all. This is Hope's phone. This man is already talking to an architecture about building our house. Like he already he already is. And I asked him, I said, what you doing? He's like, oh, I'm just talking to him, just seeing, like, I'm like, we haven't even chose a location. But he's serious. This man is serious. He's serious. And I appreciate that. I do. I appreciate that. This is the thing, like, my daughter is coming back to us. So, he wants her to have a home that's forever her home. Like, she knows this is home. So I get it. But I can't make up my mind. I really can't make up my mind. I think you will feel bored there in Arusha, but indoors, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. Like, I honestly really don't know. I just feel like it's such a hard decision to make. I really don't know. And then, like, one thing that I don't like about Dar es Salaam is that there's so many people. There's so many people. And for you to drive, that's a normal 5-minute drive from your house to the grocery store, will take you like an hour and a half because you're just sitting there. And that drives me crazy. Oh, it drives me absolutely crazy. Like, I remember Hope I forgot where he went. He went somewhere. And it was like 15 minutes for him to drive there on the GPS. And it took him 3 hours because he was sitting in traffic. We were on FaceTime and I was at the house. And he's like, I'm just sitting here. There was another time where him and I were going. I forgot where we were going. We were going somewhere. I think we were going to his best friend's like video shoot or something. And guys, I tell you no lie. We were sitting in traffic. At that point, we took out the computer and watched the whole movie, a whole 2 hour movie. And we were sitting in the same spot. I went out of the car across the street to go to the supermarket and everything to get us something to drink. We were still sitting there. I tell you no lie. So I feel like for me, I really have to decide what's gonna drive me more crazy. Like the traffic is crazy. The traffic is crazy, and I would definitely say that, like, you have to be a little more careful in terms of like, safety in Jerusalem. Like people definitely like. I also think that Hope has a bad taste. He's a little biased. Like he has a bad taste because, what you call it, like I don't know how many years ago it was, but maybe like 4 or 5 years ago in Dar es Salaam, they stole all of his equipment. Like they stole his camera, they stole everything from him. So I feel like he has a little bad taste and about it. And there's a lot of people who like still like you can't even like. I remember when I went to Dar es Salaam and I was with his best friend's wife, and I was like trying to take a picture or something. She was like, "Are you crazy? You can't have your phone out like that. Somebody will snatch it." I was like, "Damn, like I can't even take a picture real quick." So, but then I also feel like I don't, guys. I just feel all over the place. I also feel like people in Arusha are not like motivated. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like a lot of people are just like laid back, and I feel like in Dar es Salaam, like people are like business people. They out there, they want to work, they want to do this, they want to do that. Meanwhile, Arusha is more like chill. Like Arusha reminds me like Florida, like it's chill. Everybody just chilling. It's not busy at all, which is a nice lifestyle. But I feel like I would get bored. Yes, Dar es Salaam has a suburban area. It does. It does have a suburban area. Another thing about Dar es Salaam is the floods. Oh my God! I already told Hope if we're living in Dar es Salaam, we have to stay on a high mountain, y'all. I tell y'all, no. I think Hope made a video. I think we had a video about this and everything, a quick Instagram video. Guys, when it rains, it floods. And when I say it floods, guys, half the houses are underwater. Like stuff that you see that happens up in Texas and stuff, most of the houses are underwater. People in stores are like running out of the stores, but they're so used to it. I can't live like that. You think all the furniture and all my stuff and everything is so nice and it's gonna be ruined by water? I can't deal with that. I can't. There's just no way. Y'all, it's a hard decision. I need to get it together. I really do. Multiple homes are accepted as well. Yes. Yes, I even said to him like, okay, like if you build a house in Arusha, like can we at least get an apartment in Dar es Salaam? And he was like, yes, of course, like we can visit there anytime, like anytime. But and I took my baby to school in Arusha, and they were great. Oh my God. I mean, these people loved my daughter like it was their own. Like the schools were, like the school was just great for her. Guys, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I'm having, I'm having a crisis of where to live. What am I gonna do? What do you vote on, babe?
What?
What do you vote on?
No, we just have a show.
Arusha, you see? Arusha, that's what he says. Arusha. Arusha. And like what's nice about Arusha is like, well, not even just Arusha. Yeah, Arusha, right? Where everything is like so fresh. Everything is so fresh in Arusha more than Durham because things get imported. Yeah, things get imported from uh from Arusha to Dar es Salaam. So food is more expensive in Dar es Salaam, right? Because it's imported. And like I low key y'all.
But it's also just because of the standard of the city. So it's different. The life in the restaurant in Arusha is different.
Also, y'all, like I low key want to farm. I keep telling Hope this. Like I want goats and chickens and cows. Like I do. And you can't do that on the Dar es Salaam soil. And then I also want like I also want like avocados to be grown in the tree and stuff like that. I just feel like I'm gonna get bored. I feel like I'm gonna get bored. But listen, we still on the road, so it's definitely not a decision that I need to make now. But I am starting to think about it, and when we actually decide, we'll definitely let you know, and we're gonna walk you through the whole process of building a house from scratch. We're gonna walk you through the whole y'all, if you wanna build a house from scratch, and I'm sure pretty much everywhere in the motherland is a similar process. So, if you wanna build it like in a different part of the motherland, I'm sure like I'm sure it's gonna be similar, but we're gonna walk you through the whole process. So it should be very nice from you guys. Yes, one of the areas that we're looking at in Dar es Salaam, baby, what's the area that we're looking at? Kigoma,
Kigamboni.
Kingamboni, right? One of the areas we're looking at is Kingamboni, which is by the beach, right? That's one of the areas that we're looking at Dar es Salaam. Yeah, definitely not everywhere. Dar es Salaam is so huge, and there's definitely like suburban areas there. So it's gonna be it's gonna be in Dar es Salaam in the suburban area, definitely not in the city or in Arusha. So, when we go back to Tanzania, that's going to be one of our things on the agenda is to, look at the different areas. Because we can't just make a decision based off, I always tell you guys, I got to take my own advice. I always tell you guys visit. So once we see, um, once we see the areas one and then like it takes time to choose a location because I have to look at the schools, I have to look at the closest hospital, I have to look at I have to like there's just so many things that I have to look at before we could even start to build anything 100%. But that's what I'm saying, like guys, we're starting from like scratch. We're starting from scratch. Unless we build a house in Arusha. If we build a house in Arusha, then we're not starting from scratch because Hope already has the land. However, I still will talk to somebody about land so that way you guys can get the information. So because we're starting from scratch, you guys will be able to see the whole process. You'll be able to see everything, which I think will be super useful for you guys. And when we go talk to the lawyers and the immigration people and stuff like that, like I'll take some of you guys' questions so we can get those questions answered for yourself. 100%. Why not? Why not? I am your resource. I'm here, you're there. You're curious about being here. So if there's anything that I can do to make it an easier transition for you, then I'm here with you guys. 100%. I'm here with you guys. And depending on the area, so Hope doesn't have any land in Dar es Salaam, so we would have to buy land there. So we would have to see like what's the cost and just certain things. Yes, thank you. Just certain things. So I'm excited, y'all. But we still have traveling to do. Like we still want to visit Kenya. Like there's still a bunch of stuff that we need to do, but we are, starting to think about it. No, thank you. You only eat one at a time. It's like a million. You only eat one at a time. Um, for me, Dar, then Tanga. I'm a beach man. I love the sea. So building two homes in Kingoma and yeah, Kingambone. Right? Did I say that right? Kingambone? Right? Kingambone. Kingambone. That's the area. That's the area that Hope told me about, but I haven't actually seen the area yet. And I wanna be in an area where the power doesn't go out so much. Like when we were staying in what is it called? Um when I was staying in Najero, the power went out a lot and it was kind of annoying. But like when I was staying in I don't even know what part that was. What part that when we had where I stood in the upstairs apartment? Sake. But like when I stood in Sake, like the power barely went out. So I would prefer to like stay in an area where the power doesn't go out as often. Unless we'll have to buy like a backup generator and stuff like that because I don't want to deal too much with that. I mean, you can't avoid power outages at all, but sometimes it's like excessive depending on the area that you're in. And sometimes it go out once a day, maybe go out once every 3 days. I don't mind that. But like in the journal, like it was going out like multiple times a day for long periods of time. And I prefer not to deal with that. It's just the area. I don't know why though. I really don't know why. What's up, guys? Ask me more questions, y'all. Hope is still working, and I'm still here. What time is it? It's 7:38 over here. Look at my background, y'all. I'm so in love. Yeah, I gotta change the background of my computer. I think I had like an elephant. And now I got my husband. Yes, y'all. For real, for real. I told you guys that like we are, we're gonna be having like a wedding celebration next year, and we are really thinking about like, you know, opening it up to you guys and maybe having like a few people who like really rock with us hard on YouTube for you guys to come and party with us and eat and drink and turn out. We really thinking about it. I've been bringing the idea to Hope, and I think it's a great idea, like because like let me tell you something. People literally like don't even know you, and people like literally don't even know you and yet like rock with you so hard, like so hard. So it's like I'd rather people who really support us and really love us to come to our wedding than like people who like secretly like despise us, you know what I'm saying? Any budget in hand for house. So this is the thing. So Hope and I kind of have different ideas for houses. Um, like the absolute dream, gorgeous, beautiful house with like 7 bedrooms and a pool and everything that I want, like my dream house. It's a little different than his, but the house that I like dream of that I want so much, for a house like the one I want in Tanzania. Sorry, in Tanzania, cost about like I would say it's about, he said, like 100 million to shillings, which is about 30,000 US dollars, which to me, I'm like, what? 30,000 US dollars for how you wouldn't even get a corner in New York City. That's like someone's rent for the year. I don't even think that's someone's rent. Like that's like a one bedroom apartment for someone's rent for a year. Um so I want to go like for our dream house. I mean, like Hope has a savings, I have a savings. Like we don't have to build. We literally don't have to build the house like all at once. Like we can just like, you know, obviously get the land and then build like maybe some of the bedroom, and then just continue on as we go. But he's like, oh, he doesn't want to exhaust all of our savings. But I feel like it's a dream house. You know what I'm saying? We can't agree, y'all. This is why we don't live anywhere. This is why we stay at Airbnbs. We don't agree. But it's like so cheap. But the thing that we do agree with is that we both feel like we don't want to rent. I never liked renting. I just feel like with renting, you're making somebody else rich, which I appreciate because I'm a landlord. You know what I'm saying? Like I appreciate my rental income, but I don't like the idea of like, just giving somebody, it doesn't take you anywhere. When you own, you have ownership. So we both agree with that. But more than anything, what he and I both want to do is create a business. And then with the business, then we can slowly start saving money to like our dream house. But um but honestly, like right now, we are still just all over the place to even like sit down and even do that. This is like, you know, maybe 6 months from now we'll have like a serious conversation about it, because right now we're still traveling. Right now we're still like we're definitely at no space for that. And he said, like, even when people are like working on the house, like you have to watch them, you have to be a part of the whole process. And we're just not still enough to do that. Nor do we even have a location. So we're literally like at the we're literally at the start. So first we need to choose the location. But to be honest with you, you know, whatever budget you have for a house in Tanzania, it could take you far. Like it can definitely take you far. 100%, it can definitely take you far. So it just depends on what you want, how you want it, and things like that. Like, but we're not even there. We're completely not there. We're completely not there. Which is why, like, we're like, so are you guys gonna have more kids? Da, da, da. And we're like, no, no, not right now, because there's just so much that needs to be done. Like there's just so much that needs to be done that we, just don't have it done yet. And I think it's something really nice about like, like all your kids grow up in this house, you know what I'm saying? They have memories in this house. I think it's nice. I think it's nice. But we're definitely like, we're just right now we're trying to choose like where we're gonna stay. Yeah, it's true. In Tanzania, you can build just a two-bedroom house for only 3 million to shilling. It's true. I'm telling y'all, now is the time to come and to invest. I'm telling you, y'all. I'm telling you, you can get the place that you stay in New York right now that you spend so much money a month for. You can come over here and own a whole beautiful house straight up. Straight up. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. Straight up. You could have a nice house. Like a really nice house. Straight up. So that's how we rocking. That's what we that's what we talking about. But you know how you just talk about something but it's not like really serious on the table? That's how it is for us. That's how it is for us. Like we're just discussing it. We're just definitely like discussing it and saying like, oh, you know, can you build in Tanzania if not from Tanzania? I'm African, Ghana, and love Tanzania so much. It's my dream to have a house there too. Um, Hope busy. He focused, y'all. He real focused. So I don't want to ask him that question, but I'm gonna answer that from what I think. This is not 100%, but you know what? This is a question. Listen, ask me this question when I'm sitting down with a lawyer when we discuss the house that we want to build. So, because I told you guys I'm gonna sit down with a lawyer, so him and I can discuss all of this stuff, and I can ask some of these questions. So ask me this question again when I tell you guys, like, all right, guys, so we're gonna sit down with a lawyer. This is gonna be in a couple weeks, but from what I think, babe, sorry to bother you. I just have a question. If somebody is from Ghana, can they build a house in Tanzania?
Yeah, it's just the same thing as the way you.
He said, yeah, you can.
Oh, right.
Cause he want to build a house in Tanzania. He said he like Tanzania.
Yeah.
He or she, I'm not sure. Um,
Yeah. Already for all
but you
the
just need to
procedures. Yeah.
you just need to like you just follow all the procedures. But you need do you need a Tanzanian person as well?
No, sometimes
Not
it's
because
not about that. Tanzania, it's just about the way you just commit yourself.
yeah, I think because you're from another African country, I don't think you're gonna have any
And
issues.
there is little people from other countries. They
Yeah,
build the
there's a
house.
lot of people from like other African countries
It's
that
just how you
own.
approach to the government.
Yeah, yeah. But guys, this is why I'm gonna sit down with that lawyer for you guys. So when Hope and I go there to start asking our questions and stuff like that, like we know that this is a long road. Like we want to make sure that we get it right. We want to make sure that we get it 1,000% correct. So we're not gonna sit there and toy around with it. You understand what I'm saying? Like we want to make sure that we get all the correct information. Um, we want to make sure that we have everything correct so we don't have any problems in the future. So while we're going there, it's like I might as well ask some of the questions that you guys have. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause we got to pay a fee to talk to the lawyer anyways. Might as well use it all. Why not? Why not? Um, you love Tanzania. That's great. Tanzania is great. Um, we want to visit Ghana. Ghana is 1,000% on the list. There's so many African countries that's so amazing that I can't wait until we go. The only thing that like turned me off about Ghana, which is why I said no, 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 we're gonna wait. I heard that like the COVID test is like $350 US dollars. I was like, oh no, we're gonna have to wait until they have this COVID under control, cause we ain't paying that. Yeah, sorry, 150. So then with the both of us is $350. We was like, no, 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 we ain't doing that. That's expensive. That's so expensive. What? Mm-mm. No, can't do that. Exactly. See, one before you leave, and then one on a right. Mm-mm. Now we're gonna have to wait until COVID is under control before we go to Ghana because we ain't paying that. Mm-mm. We are not paying that. That's too expensive. That is way too expensive. We ain't doing that. We are not doing that. So, that'll be great. Yeah, if you can email me. And the thing is like maybe we would even like rent out a car in Ghana because obviously we can't drive to Ghana. I mean, I guess we could, but it would take a really long time. So we just fly there. Um, and there, I think there's so much things to do. Um, there's so many things to do around Ghana, but like you have to drive around the areas. And we don't want to like have to depend on a cab and things like that. So, but we definitely like 100% want to go to Ghana. 100%. Ghana is definitely on the list. I want to try the jollof. I've never had the food. Ooh, y'all. I heard the food is so good. I actually follow Ghana food page. And every time they post, I'm like salivating. I'm like, oh my God, it looks so good. It looks so good. It looks so good. I'm like that. I really am like that. So, follow a Ghana food page. Let me see if I can find which page it is. I follow it on my personal account. I have a I have a personal Instagram. Don't follow me on it. A personal that I have just like some friends and family, and that's where I post pictures of my daughter, and I follow like all of these like pages and stuff. Where's that page? The Ghana food. Is it something like that? Which page do I follow? I follow Ghana Post. That I follow Ghana Post. And then, oh my God, what is the one? Oh, Men's Cook Ghana. I follow that page. And they always show like, oh my God, amazing food. Like I'm always like, oh, so good. It looks so good. Please. You see? I follow them. Food always looks so good. And y'all have plantain in Ghana, right? Y'all better. They got plantain in Ghana, right? Why you don't have no plantains here? You don't eat plantains?
Issues is I found here.
You don't eat plantains?
It's like banana.
It's like banana that you like you.
They are coming from
Angola. Angola.
Oh, they come from Angola.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen any plantain here, and like it's depressing. It's depressing me. Oh, the food here looks so good.
That's great.
Yeah, this is the jollof. I don't know if y'all can see. It looks so good. I can't wait to go there and eat. Yes. See, you know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'll be following those Ghana pages. I'll be following those Ghana pages. Food looks so good. I enjoy stuff like that. Because a big part of culture is food. Uh, a huge part of you know culture is food, and you have to be open to. Let me see if I can look up this person that you said. You have to be open to to eat food. See, I don't follow them. I'm gonna follow them now. Okay. Yeah, you have to be open to eating food. And I told you guys about like the girl that I traveled with that she like wouldn't try anything, and oh, I hate that. Like I hate that. The only thing that I will not try is seafood, and that's because I'm allergic. You know what I'm saying? Like seafood be smelling good to me, and if I could, I would eat it. Hope is like that. Like he's like, I will at least. He's like, I will at least try the food. Even if I don't like it, I will at least try it, because how do you know you don't like it if you don't try it? You understand what I'm saying? Like, how do you know you don't like it? How? How? How do you know? You never tried it. So I at least like to try something before I say I don't like it. And I'm not one of those like people, which I get. There are people who are very weird about textures. Like if the texture feels a certain way, they won't eat it. And I respect that. You know, some people just have like this like weird, you know, that weird like texture thing. So I get that. But I'm not one of those people. Like I eat pretty much everything. I don't textures don't bother me. Like I love rice pudding. Oh my gosh, a good rice pudding. What? I know a lot of people. When it comes to rice pudding, they're like, mm, mm, you know. So I think it just depends. But most of the time, like listen. If you ever have me over, you can completely offer me food. I will eat it. 100%. Ain't no shame in my game. Period. Ain't no. Listen, there's two things I don't play about, and that's shelter and food. They're important. Needed to survive. So
It's only for one people. That's like above the enough, yeah. So yeah, white people just give you because of work. But like me, I'm from the north. Not from
so the people, hold on, y'all. I'm getting some tea for y'all. I'm getting some tea for y'all. Hold on. So the people, so the people here in the South, it's just you said it's just white people who live here.
A lot of white people live here.
Why?
but not boys, but those we call them they are Namibians, but they are like
But like,
Bashas.
how do they treat you guys here? Like, how are the black people treated here?
Some they don't like the black people.
Some people they do what?
They don't like the black people.
Some people they don't like black people, but they live in Africa.
This one, let me say this. These people here in South. Yeah.
Wait, hold. I need you to rewind. So wait, so you
The dance we speak is one. So Africans.
so is Africans like a black language? I don't understand.
How can you see?
Hold on, let me get closer so they can hear. Hold on, guys. I'm getting some tea. Hold on, y'all. You know, we get some insides. Hold on. All right. My bad, y'all. Okay, we here.
Yeah.
Let me sit next to you. Hold on. We can all fit here. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. Conversation just got off of food. So this is my friend Joseph here. Hey, Joseph.
Yeah, hi.
He's working with Hope. Hope hired him to do a job. So we're here. So this is Southern.
Yeah, something in Namibia.
Okay. You know what, y'all? I'm going to end this live and start a new live because I want this to be a completely different subject. So come back on this live because he's going to talk about how black people are treated here in Namibia. Okay? Give me 2 seconds. Hold on.